sign up for this website called TuneSat. And then like you upload your beats onto there and title them. And then it's almost like along with ASCAP, it also tracks where it's been placed and how many seconds and all that.
Let's be honest, you're not gonna find these videos anywhere else. Why? Because I make them. So it would really help me out if you subscribe. If you've already subscribed, what also really helps is if you like the video and leave a comment. It's hard in the era of clickbait videos on YouTube and negativity in the producer community. And I appreciate your support. Thank you so much.
I mean, along with Alice, things have been kind of flipped for me because at the end of last year, like around May, June, our house flooded. And so they discovered like a bunch of stuff in the walls because of the water damage. So we had to like leave. And now
like
we're
damage and all that.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad because we're still not there. So had to relocate for a bit. But it's all good. I mean, we're settling in.
Are you back into your house or are you still
They just started doing they didn't just start. They did like the demolition. They got rid of a bunch of stuff, and now we're just kind of waiting for like the reconstruction to start. So I'm with Alice. Things have been flipped.
Yeah, that sounds pretty devastating. I'm sorry that happened.
No, it's good. Luckily, there wasn't like a ton of damage, but
Grantastic says they hope insurance is covering that. I mean, does homeowners insurance cover flood damage to that extent? That's pretty severe.
Yeah, so we do. Yeah, luckily it is. Luckily it is. I don't know how much. I don't know if it'll cover everything, but it's covering a good portion of it.
Being a homeowner is wild because every now and then, I swear I have these mini panic attacks from like, what if the tree falls onto my house?
Yeah.
What if my cat jumps through the window? Am I covered? I don't necessarily know because it's a lot of shit in that contract. I got to go back and really. And then my parents freak me out. My mom always has all these crazy scenarios. I'm supposed to compliment your mustache. This is. Well, look, Bufo, I know mine isn't clean, so I guess I'm helping here. I'm like the before model. You're the after model for some barbershop advertisement.
This is all thanks to my barber.
Well, yeah, shout out to them. I need one of those. So that being said, I do want to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah.
But I want to incorporate it into the process. But one question that I think I should ask before we get into it, I know a lot of your credits involve, working with artists, but also a lot of them are working with television networks. So I'm assuming those were synchronization placements, aka syncs.
Yeah.
So what are syncs and how did you get into that world?
So syncs are if your music gets used on in television or a TV show, movie, things like that. And the way that I got into that was through a friend. So another producer, his name is Excalibur Zero. He that's what he focuses on. And so his entire job is focused around sync. So we've got little group of friends, they're all producers. We're all across the world. Some are in London, some are in New York, we met online. But we kind of motivate each other, keep each other accountable for, putting stuff out, making sure we're consistent. So always checking in with each other. But at the same time, anytime an opportunity pops up, we usually, let each other know, see who wants to be part of it. So in that case, there was an opportunity to make some beats and get them submitted to the NBC Universal page. And so it was specifically around they call it dramatic beats. And so it was trap, drill, things like that. So he hit us up and he was like, yo, I got this opportunity, submit 3 to 5 beats and we'll see, where it goes. And luckily they liked them. We put together a whole little album between 4 of us. There was 12 or 15. And then they just started getting placed. And he told us, because this was completely new to me, like I wasn't versed in sync or anything like that. So he was like, sign up for this website called TuneSat. And then like you upload your beats onto there and title them. And then it's almost like, along with ASCAP, it also tracks where it's been placed and how many seconds and all that. So that was another like little piece that he told us. So we started doing that. And at the beginning it was kind of like slow, and then all of a sudden it just started picking up really, really like a lot. And one of my beats got picked up for this like Fox Sports boxing promo. And so they used it for their whole promo campaign. So it was dope. It was cool, you know, and it was just a way for us to, like, it was just something that he was like, hey, do you guys want to do this? And we were like, cool. Yeah.
So is your friend working directly with music supervisors, or is it through some kind of agency or third party publisher?
I think it's a little of both, because he's worked in it for such a long time that I think he has those connections with music supervisors. But I know that he's worked prior to that. I don't know if he's still there, but it was a company, I think it's called Signature Sounds or something like that. But he met a bunch of people, and so he was the one who connected those to us.
Yeah, because I know it's a hard world to kind of get into, just like anything else, like any other community within the music business. And I know a lot of people ask that same question. They ask me that too, because I talk about syncs a lot. Yeah. I just got called by I got a phone call from the BET Awards yesterday about a sync.
Oh, nice.
And none of that was through an agency or some company. I've never had luck with those. So generally what I hear is just, the same way you network your way into working directly with artists, you kind of have to approach the sync world in a similar way. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool. That was dope. And I see the question right there.
Yeah. Chris Kane has a question, because that's another narrative out there that if you're in the sync world, you can't use royalty-free samples. You can't use anything that's not 100% created by you. Have you run into that? Has that been something that you've been told?
They recommended it, right? They were like, and so I think for that batch, we mainly all used like our original stuff. But I know that I think somebody else in our group chat asked the question and was like, yo, like, this was from Splice, and they still accepted it, and so it still got cleared.
I hear a lot of Splice stuff in commercials.
Yeah,
because that's kind of the purpose of Splice. I honestly think when it came down to it, the very first, and I'm talking about before DAWs, the very first music libraries were specifically for sync. And this is stuff, this is vintage now. This is like 60s, 70s library music, but that was made for broadcast. That was made for film and television and whatnot, radio, etc.
Yeah.
So, Splice is similar, although it also, now we have the whole beat making thing, and so it helps with that. But yeah, royalty free. There are problems in the loop and sample making world. Yeah. Many problems. I speak on them quite a bit. I get a lot of support and a lot of backlash for saying that, because, if anyone's been following my Twitter or TikTok, I've had a guy bombard me with songs he ripped off of YouTube and is claiming he owns them and is sending them to me after I've told them multiple times to please stop. So, that kind of situation can get you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of, and that's why I don't know why people think that that's a cool thing or an excusable thing. It's like, if someone's out there playing with a gun and they accidentally, shoot a hole through someone's house, you don't give them a pass just because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't know any better. Yeah, you shouldn't have been playing with that gun. So, if you don't know any better about the music business, you shouldn't be playing with that either. So, you can get a lot of people in trouble. So, having said that, Speaking of loops and samples, have you had a chance to listen to the loops and samples that were submitted, or are we going to do it all live?
I haven't. I got the pack from Anjanette and loaded up into my sample library, but I have not listened to them.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, Splice should sponsor the show. I use it every day. Why not?
Yeah, that would be dope. All right. Okay. So let me see. I'll put this over here, and then should I start sharing my screen right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let's see.
I don't know why I find this misspelling so funny, Anjanette. It's in the private chat, so I can't share it, but it's just funny to me. I don't know why I'm a freaking nerd.
I just
wait, we're in Ableton now?
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to Ableton.
All right, we're good. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'll just flip through these. Let's see. These are tags.
And is there a way you can turn up your DAW audio?
Yeah.
There we go.
This is from Andy J.
What types of loops do you generally gravitate towards?
I honestly did like this type of stuff, like kind of like the more soulful, kind of like chill stuff. Is normally what I go for. Kind of like I just like the kind of that line between like R&B and hip hop, but then I also really like boom bap. So I'll go for like soulful stuff too. For my workflow, I have kind of like my go-to template already set up, just because when I'm making music, I have to like maximize my time, like because I don't get too much. Like I have outside of this, like I got my job and then I got 3 kids, so I gotta like maximize the time that I step into the creative zone. So this is what I mean. I don't know. Like I can explain it, or I can explain it as I go. I'm not sure.
Yeah, explain it as you go. I think we'd all appreciate that. So you're balancing a job with the music career, like a separate job.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, how much time are you able to, given all that? And I know you do management as well. What kind of time do you make for music on a regular basis?
I'm usually like doing something. Sometimes it's not specifically like cooking up, but like I usually allocate like 8 to 12 p.m. is like my business time. So like my music business time. So like that's usually once all my kids are asleep, like everything's done. And then like I sit down, either I'm like planning out content or, replying to emails, things like that. I'll try and sit down and upload. My goal for the week as far as like uploading beats is 3. When the pandemic was in full force, I was able to do like 5 because I was just at home all the time. But now I'm like 3 is my goal. 3 is like the sweet spot where I'm able to like, really knock those out, give it the time that they need and make them sound good. But yeah.
So just to review, you have a full-time job, or is it a part-time job?
No, it's a full-time job. I work in outside of this, I work in education.
So full-time job in education, which is, more than 8 hours a day. Just knowing what I know about the education field. Yeah. And you have kids, and you still manage to make 4 hours of time every day for music.
Yeah.
If, say, music starts to pay an equal amount or more than what you make in your traditional job, would you quit the traditional job for music?
Yeah. No, that's definitely the goal. Okay. The goal is to make this the full-time job. And so,
how long have you been on that 3 beat a week schedule?
Let's see. I was doing 5 beats a week from 2020 to 21. And then like 2021 to now, it would kind of like vary. Like sometimes it would be 4, but then I started like reducing it to 3. Just because I was like, yeah. So I think probably like a good like 7 months now has been like the 3 beats a week.
Okay, so it's relatively newer then.
Yeah, for the 3. Yeah. Because for about a year and a half, it was like 5. Yeah.
Okay, so are you seeing progress now after that?
I mean,
7-month period?
It kind of like I'll see spikes here and there on BeatStars, but you know, I have like the Type Beat channel, so like it'll kind of like sputter. I'm always trying to like figure out like keywords and what artists to kind of target. Like for a really long time, I was targeting Coda the Friend and doing like more of that like chill, lo-fi kind of bouncy stuff. And then I kind of moved into like the J. Cole.
Jack Harlow now, yeah.
Yeah, I was doing Jack Harlow. And then like the most recent one that I posted last night was around Simba. Just because, you know, kind of trying to see if I can catch a wave because he's starting to pop off right now. So yeah. So let's see.
All right, let me shut up and watch.
No, you're good. You're good. It makes
the process unfold.
It makes it way more easier to like work.
Oh yeah, if you're in education, you're used to a million voices all at once. Are you teaching or are you working in a different capacity?
So I was teaching. I taught 5th grade for 6 years, and then I moved into now I work like at the more like the management, like the district level, just working with all like the after school programs. So
so you're coordinating,
yeah,
kind of site leading, all that. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, let me see.
We had a tech on recently. He's a teacher who's becoming a principal. And my background is I started as a secondary educator, but
nice.
Then music came along.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going for. That's the goal. Let me see. Let me get this down. I don't know if the metronome's like hella loud.
No, it's good.
Okay. Okay. Let me just move this.
Yeah, I do too. Not because I'm a parent, but because I know that there is this school of thought in the producer community and just in the musician community at large where, I see all types of perspectives because I'm active on social media, but one pervasive narrative is that if you have kids, it's a hindrance to your ability to make music. And to an extent, obviously you have to devote a lot of time to being a parent. But I kind of think when I look at a comment that says like, I can't make music, I can't do this, I can't do that because I got these kids.
Yeah.
As a non-parent, I'm kind of looking at that, and you can, check me on this if I'm totally off and being offensive, but I kind of think, damn, I feel sorry for those kids if you're using them as a shield against you pursuing your dream. You know what I mean? I just kind of feel, it's like, yeah, don't blame your kids, bro. They didn't have to be born. Like, you should be happy that you have them, and maybe, use that as motivation to pursue music a little harder and organize your life a little more.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. I mean, it really made me kind of like I had to really like, and it didn't really hit me till like the pandemic, like we all got, put on lockdown in California, especially, like things were like super strict over here.
Yeah, we didn't give a fuck out here. We were out in the street, spitting in each other's faces, and
over here
fighting the oppressive mask mandate.
Over here things were like super strict. So like you couldn't go nowhere. Like it looked like some apocalypse movie. Like if I went to the grocery store, right? Like, cause everybody was like, so anyway, so I told myself, like, just personally, I was like, I have to set shit up like right now. Like I'm home. Yeah, I was doing like my job, but it wasn't in person. Like I have my studio at home. I was working out of the studio. I wasn't always on, so I was like, I got to maximize that. So I think that's just personally, I just made my own sort of like I gotta come out of this better, or at least try and come out better.
Saying a lot of time, like granted, the pandemic was devastating for a lot of people. Some people lost their jobs or got laid off or experienced a lot of trauma regarding mental health. I think the isolation didn't help. And then, some people lost their lives because of COVID. A lot of, millions of people did. But
yeah,
I think the silver lining for a lot of creatives is that remote work allowed them to save money on their commute and their work-related expenses. A lot of people would buy lunch or whatever at their job, snacks, whatever. They save that money. They can invest more in their careers. I found that beat sales went up, and I think it was in large part because a lot of rappers were working from home. So they just had more time to themselves. They could listen to beats while they worked. They could, they had a little bit of grace from, the hustle and bustle. They saved time on their commute. So now instead of driving or being on a train or a bus for 2 hours a day, they could devote that attention to writing or creating content.
Yeah. No, for sure. And that's what I I kind of rode that and tried to connect more with artists. Cause I knew they were at home and they knew they were like, a lot of people would start hitting me up like, yo, like what mic or what, audio interface should I get, and even people who were trying to adjust.
Oh, that's a good question. What mic or audio interface should people get? What do you use?
Well, for me, like I have the Scarlett, the Focusrite.
Okay, everyone has the Scarlett. Everyone loves the Scarlett.
Yeah. And then as far as mic, I just got this one probably like a year ago.
That's a Shure, right?
Yeah, the Shure. But the main mic that I've used to record artists with is the Lauten Audio. So it's
that's a lesser known mic.
Yeah. But it's really dope. It's like a family owned company. They're out here in the Bay Area. But yeah, Lauten Audio. And it's really good. Like it's super dope. I didn't get like their super, cause they go like really like high studio quality, right? But I got like kind of like their mid tier, maybe like I think it was like $200-$300. So that's the one that I've been using.
Shout out to Kohlrabi for reminding us that dental health is important.
Just out of the oh yeah, no.
Hopefully, I need to go to the dentist soon. I think my teeth are all right. I don't know though.
I went probably like 3 weeks ago. they like put some stuff on my teeth, and it always makes it
Look at all you sons of guns with your medical and dental plan. Hey, when I was working for the university, I had an amazing dental plan. I was just like, man, I'm not even brushing my teeth anymore. I'm just going to the dentist twice a day.
Yeah. What should we do next? Could do the hats. So I got it like off camera, but I have my push here over to the side. That's usually what.
Okay, I was gonna ask if you were drawing that stuff in, or
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, because I have my push here. I like to use the push for like hats because it's got like this repeat option, and so you can kind of like you can trigger like right now I have it on like a 1/8, and then like but then you can trigger it to like right away to go to like a 16th or a triplet. So it kind of just gives it a little bit more of a I guess a live, no pun intended, because it's able to. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been using.
By the way, if you see a tear run down my cheek, it's not because I'm overcome with emotion. It's because I forgot to take my allergy medications.
Oh man.
Keeping myself on mute because I might sneeze. You know, we've been having rain, and for whatever reason, rain triggers my allergies.
Oh really? That's crazy. Yeah, no, I'm just
talking all this shit and like you gotta make this beat. I'm sorry.
No. It's good. We'll get beats done. I don't know. I heard earlier like there was a 7. Like I don't know. Like there was a 7 max or somebody hit 7 beats.
No, it was Winnie G. She hit 6.
Oh,
6 is a lot.
Okay.
I set the original record when people were like, "Oh, this is with 4," which is averaging 1 every half an hour. But I don't know how she did 6. And my record got totally demolished by R&B Justice. He hit 5.
Oh damn.
He did not hit 7. He hit 5. But 5 is a lot.
All right, let me see. Let me get this. Didn't like that one. Yeah, and then I always like to vary the velocity of the hi-hats. against you. Let's see. 5 to 2. So I think the goal is, or the bet is, it the bet that I'm gonna make 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you can. I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
Does anyone know what Blake Bramford is talking about? I do not.
These are locked. Take. Oh, I don't. I'm not sure.
Oh, this is a this is like sports gambling or something. I don't know. Oh, Decimort. Let's see. Where you put that on the sample?
I put not the whole thing. I was gonna put it just to, like, at the beginning of it.
Got it. Like as an intro.
Yeah. Sorry, you seen my text messages.
Yeah, that's an invasion of privacy.
So I want to do, okay. Let's see. You just gotta mess with this one because it'll, like, boost the mids hella. Maybe not. Maybe I'll do a.
Blake, you are fine. Trust me. Given what we've seen in the chat, that's nothing.
Okay. Take that off. Let's see. I guess right now what I have, I guess I could talk about let's see. I have on, so I have the melodic group, like overall, where I'll just do like the EQing, taking out the lows and stuff. And then I have this Valhalla Supermassive on there. Yeah, I like how it's free, and I liked how it sounded. So I just rolled.
Oh, that's
this
free.
one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this one's free. So this Valhalla Supermassive, it's a dope reverb. I usually put it on this, let's see, medium, like this forward reverb one, and then I'll just like lower the mix. But yeah, it's free. Bufo said, I hear that automation is slowly replacing dogs as a man's best friend.
Yeah, automation is replacing us all.
For real. All right. Let's see.
I see some whisperings also that Jumbi is possibly writing a hook to this beat right now. So it's happened.
Oh,
We'll see if it
dope.
happens today. All right, so Anjanette, hear me out. The looped in hook edition, we have June B on, and instead of submitting loops and samples that week, producers submit beats. Just an idea.
Let's see.
I am a guy on the left. That's accurate.
I am hella happy that with this new Ableton, they added this scale feature, because it definitely makes it a lot easier. Meter.
I see. So you put down the rhythm of the sub bass first, and then you program the notes second.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Let's see. Yeah, so once that I always go up like 2 semitones to try and at least get like the tone, like just to make sure it sounds on, and then I'll like lower it back down because when it's low, I can, I mean, at least for me, it's hard for me to tell like if it's like on the note, like yeah.
Yeah, that's a strategy I've seen a lot of people, because I use it too, and I encourage people to use it because having out of tune sub bass, and you only hear that your sub bass is out of tune once the beat's already done and out, and then you're embarrassed. It's the worst feeling in the world.
It is. I'm like, I'd have like not even like so, because some artists like they're just going, they might not even realize it. But I'm sitting there sometimes within myself, or I'll look like at another like friend or producer that I work with. I'll be like, shit, like that's out of tune. It reminds me of that I don't know if you've seen that meme. It's like that one where the dude's like, it's like a drawn one, and he's like sitting in the corner, and he's like, or something like that. It's like, oh, I don't know if you know, like this 808 or this sub bass is out.
Yeah, he's at a party.
Yeah. Let's see, and now that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna add like a fill. always like to rename my stuff because it just helps me stay organized. Sometimes I'll like lose track of stuff. I do that and color coding. It just, yeah, for me, it just helps me stay organized. Let's see.
Yeah, if you color code your sessions, then you can definitely balance a job, fatherhood, and your career. It's just a general rule.
Let's see. Now on to arrangement. So I'll start with like a quick, like kind of like 4-bar right there. I try and hook the artist like right away, like give them a lot there. It's like, at least for when I'm like posting on YouTube and BeatStars and stuff like that, I try and like hook people pretty quickly. And then eventually like kind of, if we start working together on the track, like we can always like rearrange it. But yeah, so let's see. So go here. And at this point, I just like take things in and out to try and add variation to it so that
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you're seeing the chat. I guess June wrote and recorded the hook. He's going to send it to you so you can just drop it right into Ableton.
Dope.
Oh, and here's Isadub, fashionably late. Good afternoon.
Let's see.
I feel like Junebe's always right on time. He always sends the hook right as the producer has finished the sequence of the beat. All right, that's dedication. You just got off of a flight and you tuned right in. Appreciate that. If you want to be like Payne, then you better start singing a lot worse than you do currently.
All right. I think that kind of wraps it up for this first one.